Welcome to Chapter 3 Nazism and the Rise of Hitler. Many of you will know something about Nazism and Hitler. You may have heard that Hitler killed Jewish people. You probably know his determination to make Germany into a mighty power. You might have heard of his ambition of conquering the whole Europe. But Nazism was not one or two isolated acts. It was a system, a structure of ideas about the world and politics. This chapter in history discusses the rise of Hitler and the politics of Nazism. As we move on, we will come to know how the children, schools, women, other minorities, and concentration camps were in Nazi Germany. It further highlights the facts related to Nazism and how they denied various minorities a right to live. We will also learn their anti-Jewish feelings, battle against democracy and socialism. Let us try to understand what Nazism was all about. First World War was fought between two military alliances called Allies and Central Powers. A military alliance is a formal agreement between two or more countries for mutual support in case of war. It is an international agreement concerning national security in which the contracting parties agree to mutual protection and support in case of a crisis that has not been identified in advance. Germany, Austria-Hungary and Ottoman Empire were the Central Powers. England, France and Russia were the Allies. Germany was a powerful empire ruled by Kaiser William II. In the early years of the 20th century, Germany fought the First World War alongside the Central Powers. All joined the war enthusiastically, hoping to gain from a quick victory. But all resources of Europe were drained out because of the war. Germany occupied France and Belgium, but unfortunately, Allies were strengthened when United States of America joined the war. Thus, Allies won the First World War, defeating Germany and the Central Powers in November 1918. Kaiser William II, the German emperor, abdicated the throne after this defeat. A new government was formed in Germany. It was the Weimar Republic governed Germany from 1919 to 1933 until the rise of Hitler. It was named after the town of Weimar, where Germany's new government was formed by a National Assembly. National Assembly, which met at Weimar, established a democratic constitution with a federal structure. This gave an opportunity to form a government on parliamentary principles. But there were many issues and challenges waiting for the new Weimar Republic. The newborn republic was not well received by its own people because the Allies imposed a harsh and humiliating treaty on Germany. First World War ended with the Treaty of Versailles. This treaty placed the blame of starting World War I on German soldiers. Germany is to blame for starting World War I because they were the first country to declare war before any other country. So Germany not only started the war, but they also influenced another country, that is Austria-Hungary, that was a part of their alliance, to fight with Serbia. The causes of First World War, countries took part in it, cause, effect and end of World War I have been discussed in another session. It was the Weimar Republic that signed the Versailles Treaty, much to the displeasure of the German population. The Germans hated the Treaty of Versailles because they thought It was unfair. Germany had not taken part in the conference that made the treaty. The Germans were treated like a defeated country, but they did not think they had been defeated. They were also furious about the various terms of the treaty. The terms of the treaty were imposed upon Germany. When Germany disagreed, the Allies threatened to go to war again. They hated Clause 231, the War Guilt Clause, which stated that Germany had caused all the loss and damage of the war. Article 231 of the Treaty of Versailles is known as the War Guilt Clause. It was a statement that claimed Germany was responsible for beginning World War I. This article placed all the burden of war guilt on Germany. First of all, the Germans did not think that they had caused the war. For the Germans, the war was a war of self-defense against Russia. European countries dealt a harsh punishment to Germany for its role in the First World War. Germany lost all its overseas revenue generating colonies and a tenth of its population to France, Poland, Denmark, and Lithuania. The War Guilt Clause held Germany responsible for the war and the subsequent damage it caused to the Allied nations. So Germany was forced to pay compensation of £6 billion in total. Due to the loss of most of its revenue generating colonies, Germany was unable to pay the amount. Due to the failure to pay compensation, the Allied armies occupied the resource-rich Rhineland for a time. It was a humiliation for Germans to occupy their territory by a foreign power. The Weimar Republic reacted to this by printing paper currency in large numbers to pay off the huge debt. This led to hyperinflation and the eventual collapse of the economy. The German public blamed the new Weimar Republic responsible for the defeat in World War I and accepting the humiliation at Versailles. What were the effects of the First World War? The entire continent was devastated by the war, both psychologically and financially. The War Guilt Clause and national humiliation was carried by the German Republic. It was financially crippled by being forced to pay compensation. Socialists, Catholics, and Democrats supported the Weimar Republic and they were mockingly called the November criminals. The nickname November criminals was given to those German politicians who negotiated and signed the peace treaty which ended World War I in November of 1918. The First World War left a deep imprint on European society and polity. Soldiers were placed above civilians, but unfortunately, soldiers, especially German soldiers, lived a miserable life because Germany began to blame German Jewish soldiers for its defeat in the First World War. Democracy was a young and fragile idea which could not survive the instabilities of interwar Europe. As a result, political radicalism emerged among the different social groups. Political radicalism and economic crisis. You would remember the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia. In the same manner, there was a revolutionary uprising of the Spartacist League in Weimar Republic. The Spartacist League was a revolutionary socialist group which was formed in Germany during the First World War. They wanted to establish a Soviet-styled government in Germany. The Spartacist movement was suppressed by the Weimar Republic with the help of a war veterans organization called Freikorps. Later, the Spartacists founded the Communist Party of Germany. Socialists, Democrats, and Catholics opposed them. Political radicalization heightened by the economic crisis of 1923. Germany had fought the war largely on loans and had to pay war remunerations in gold. This reduced the gold reserves of Germany at a time economic resources were in scarce. Germany refused to pay the war remuneration, so the French occupied its leading industrial area, that is called Ruhr, to claim their coal. Germany retaliated with printing paper currency recklessly. The value of the mark collapsed, prices of goods soared, there was hyperinflation. The image of Germans carrying cartloads of currency notes to buy a loaf of bread was widely publicized, evoking worldwide sympathy. This crisis came to be known as hyperinflation, a situation when prices rise phenomenally high. Eventually, the Americans intervened and reworked the terms of war compensations to ease the financial burden on Germany. Now let us see the years of depression. The years between 1924 and 1928 saw some stability in German economy. In 1924, with the introduction of the Dawes Plan by the Americans, Germany came out from the financial instability. Germany was totally dependent on short-term loans largely from the United States of America. This support was withdrawn with the crash in 1929 of the Wall Street Exchange. Wall Street Exchange is the world's biggest stock exchange. It is the home of the New York Stock Exchange. A stock exchange or share market is a place where people meet to buy and sell shares of company stock. Some stock exchanges like the New York Stock Exchanges are real places. Because of the presence of Wall Street, the city of New York is known as the world's principal financial center. In 1929, the economic collapse of the stock exchange that was housed in the Wall Street marked the beginning of economic depression. As a result, factories shut down, export and imports fell. By all these, the USA and other European countries got into great economic depression. Over the next 3 years, between 1929 and 1932, the national income of the USA fell by half. The German economy was worst hit by the Great Economic Depression. By 1932, industrial production was reduced to 40% of the 1929 level. Workers lost their jobs. The economic crisis created deep anxiety and fears in people. Since the Weimar Republic failed to manage this crisis, people lost confidence in the democratic parliamentary system. Workers became jobless and went on streets with placards saying, willing to do any work. Youth indulged themselves in criminal activities. The middle class and small businessmen were filled with the fear of proletarianization, that is, anxiety of being reduced to the ranks of the working class or unemployment. Politically also, the Weimar Republic was not strong enough. The Weimar Constitution, due to some inherent defects, made it unstable and gave way for dictatorship. One such defect was proportional representation. It was a system of voting in which each political party is represented in a parliament or a legislature in proportion to the number of people who vote for it in an election. For example, if a party gets 40% of the total votes, a perfectly proportional system would allow it to get 40% of the seats. This made achieving a majority by any one party an impossible task. Another defect was Article 48, which gave the president the powers to impose emergency, suspend civil rights, and rule by decree. Thus, German people lost confidence in democratic parliamentary system and gave way for Hitler to come up as a dictator. Do you know how Hitler rose to power in Germany? You must be curious to know about it. We will look into it in the next class. Thank you for choosing full chapter videos. Please consider subscribing the channel to be notified of the new videos. Keep watching and stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.